Go, I don't know, I'm not going to finish my sentence. You have a problem. Go fix your brain, please. If you don't like Sakura, I actually think you should die. I watched every single episode religiously of Naruto as it aired. Every single episode. I did not miss a single episode of the original Naruto. I was seated. I was on the floor. I was in front of my little TV. I remember it was back when it was airing. It was before there were like the big like flat TVs, right? So I had this like really big, what were they called? Old TVs. It just says that old school TV. But yeah, it had like a DVD player on it. CRT? Yeah, something like that. I remember I also had a computer screen that looked like this back in the day. It was really ugly. But anyways, I had one of those like old school TVs, okay? Every single, I think it was Saturday, I would be seated in front of this TV with Cartoon Network on waiting for Toonami to start because I could not wait. I needed to know what happened. I could not wait. Like if I could, I honestly would say let's do an OG Naruto watch along. Not Shippuden. I haven't seen Shippuden. And I'll be so for real that I have not seen Shippuden. I watched it up to the point of the Sakura Sasori fight. But after that point, I just like was unable to continue. I need to watch it. I understand I need to watch it because I'm such a big Naruto fan. But I was unable to continue watching it when they stopped putting it on Cartoon Network because that was a channel I had. And I didn't have the other channel that they aired Shippuden on. So I know Shippuden is peak. I know I need to watch it. I understand. I haven't seen it. Well, I've seen it up to the Sasori fight. So anyway, I need to watch it. I want to be in the know, but I don't have time. Okay, I don't have time to commit to a 500 episode anime. I wish I did. I don't. But I wish I did. So anyway, my point is, but the original Naruto had me on lockdown. I'm not even kidding you. There was one time where they did a marathon where they aired in order all of the original Naruto again. And I sat down and watched every single episode again. I was crazy. I was crazy about Naruto. Do I think that Naruto 100% is like the best anime in the whole wide world? No, absolutely not. Now, obviously, everything has its flaws, okay? Everything has downsides. Everything has upsides. Everything has things that make it amazing and some things that make it not so good. But Naruto just has... There's a reason it's so popular and well-beloved. It just has something about it. And there's a reason, like, I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't remember any of the character names. And I don't say that to be mean. I just don't, because I see them all and I see recolored Naruto characters. And again, I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, but I call the main guy Pink Naruto because he's Naruto in a different universe. He's just Naruto in a different universe. And then he has a friend who is Jujutsu Kaisen Sasuke. And then he has a girl who's well-written Sakura. And then he has a really hot sensei character with white hair and cool eyes that he keeps covered up. Guess what? It's Kakashi. I'm just saying. And for context, Sakura is my Shayla, okay? I fucking love Sakura, okay? I love Sakura. You don't understand. My first cosplay ever was Sakura. My first cosplay ever was Sakura. I love her. She could have done so much more in the original. Sakura-chan, daisuki. I love her. I love her so much. She was built up so well, and then in Shippuden, they just, of what I saw and what I've read, it seems like they did not do enough with her. They just did not know how to utilize her well, and that's okay. But she got done dirty. That's all I'm saying. I didn't appreciate. Here's my tea. Okay, here's the thing I didn't appreciate. So I didn't watch Shippuden, but then I went to go and watch Boruto when Boruto was coming out. I was really excited for this because it was freshly airing, and I thought maybe because they're going all the way back, it would give me some of the same feelings that the original Naruto did. And I'll be honest, I did not like Boruto. I watched 100 episodes of Boruto, and then I got really pissed off, and I dropped it because it really pissed me off. Because, tell me why. Every single male Naruto character is still doing something cool, something ninja. They all have wives who are these very badass ninja. And all of them have become housewives. Tell me why. Tell me why Sakura, she's still a medical ninja. She works at the hospital, but generally, she is a housewife taking care of Salad. Tell me why. But Sasuke gets to still be off on this journey in the woods and we're like, wow, Sasuke's so cool, he's still so powerful. And Sakura's just a housewife? You can't convince me. Then we turn around and we have Temari, one of the most badass bitches in the whole Naruto series. In the whole Naruto. And you want me to believe that this badass woman has become just a housewife for Shikamaru, who works in the government? Shikamaru is like Naruto's right-hand man, works in the government. Their kids are best friends because they both work in the government and are some of the most powerful ninjas controlling the city. And Temari is just a wife? Just a wife? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why can't... Or Hinata. Hinata's literally the fucking heir to, like, her family, to the Hyuga clan. Like, she's like, oh, I was never fit for it. You know, Hanabi's a better choice. You know, whatever the hell things she made up. You know, like, I don't care. I don't care. But why is Hinata, who went through this great arc, showed what a great ninja she is, now she's just a house? Like, what else does she do? Like, pretty much nothing through that point of 100 episodes of Boruto. She's just a housewife. And don't get me wrong, there's beauty in being a housewife. I love to cook. I love to clean. I would love to rear children someday. I think that sounds great. But when every single woman in this series, like, I could have forgiven Sakura being a housewife if no one else went down the exact same route. Or Hinata. Honestly, I could have really, really forgiven Hinata because I feel like that suits her. Motherhood suits her. But everyone else just being written out of the story basically to be, housewife. I'm just like, oh my god. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Anyway, my point is, I couldn't stand it. Again, I really love Naruto, though. I really love OG Naruto. I can't get into Shippuden. I want to, but I have a hard time because the filler just... Even in that arc, there's a whole fight with, like, Guy Sensei's team. And I love Rock Lee. He's one of my most favorite characters in the whole world of existence. In this fight, I was like, this fight must be important. It went on so long. And I was like, nothing is happening. When is something gonna happen in this damn fight? It's a fight. I think something's supposed to be happening, but nothing's happening. Yeah, and then someone said apparently that was a filler arc. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It was an actual fight. Like, filler, Naruto filler does, like, have, like, deep arcs. And here's the thing. Some of the OG Naruto filler was honestly so fucking good that I'm pissed that it was filler. I was talking about this recently with someone else who understands my love for Sakura. There's I think it's the third Naruto movie. They go to, like, this crescent island, okay? It's so fucking good. And it's filler, but it's a movie, so I can forgive that it's filler. But I loved this movie. They met this kid that is meant to become the king of this island, right? And they also met his dad, who was the current prince and would also become the king eventually. And both of them went through this, like, really great character arc. And in every Naruto filler, they always do this thing, but what if we don't stay friends? And then Naruto would do this thing where he'd be like, we'll be friends. And in the future, when I'm Hokage, our lands will be united. And then, like, in this movie specifically, they did, like, they made a promise. They made a promise. And there was another filler that was kind of like this, where he went to the village hidden in the stars. And he met a guy who was like, well, I want to be this, I don't remember what they were called there, but the Hokage equivalent. And he was like, Naruto did his typical thing. He's like, look, when I'm Hokage and you're the Hoshikage, then our lands will be united. And I liked both of these fillers so much because in that arc of Naruto, again, it was filler, but they had this song that's like, Natsu hiboshi naze anana do 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 nakana kanashi amana na na na. It was like this very sweet song from this filler arc of Naruto, from OG Naruto, not from Shippuden. And I fell in love with that song. I fell in love with the concept. It was so good. It was so good. Sorry, you're a fan of Sakura? Gross. You're a fan of Lancelot? Go... I don't know. I'm not going to finish my sentence. You have a problem. Go fix your brain. Please. Please get help. If you don't like Sakura, I actually think you should die. Just so you know. Anyway. Not on my girl. Not on my girl. Don't come for my girl. You want to die? Get some help. Guess I'll die. Sorry, Jailbird. It's over for you. See, here's the thing. You can hate how Sakura was written. And I agree with you. Because I also don't like how Sakura was written. But Sakura was being set up to have a really amazing character arc. You can't blame that Sakura was not the writer. The writer clearly did not know what the hell he was doing with Sakura, and that's okay. Clearly, he just wanted to write the relationship between Naruto and Sasuke, and that is so valid. Because it's a really good storyline. But then he wrote all that damn filler. I know he didn't technically write it, it's the anime, but still. There's too much filler, too many of the characters are let down. And again, this is coming from me. No, she wasn't. She wasn't supposed. Okay, here's the thing. I'm in defense of Sakura. Here's the deal. I don't believe Kishimoto one bit. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't believe Kishimoto because he is the one who created his series. Sakura was never supposed to be as big as she was. Kishimoto said that because he needed an excuse to get away from how bad he wrote Sakura. He specifically made a team with a love triangle. Sakura wasn't supposed to be important. Yeah, she's just the main love interest through most of the series for both of the main characters. She wasn't supposed to be important though. That wasn't an important plot point. Kishimoto said. Not like the show I actually watched showed me the exact opposite of that, but yeah, she wasn't actually supposed to be important. She wasn't supposed to be important. Are you sure about that? Or are you stupid? Are you gonna trust what Kishimoto told you, or are you gonna trust what your eyes see? You gonna trust what your eyes see, or are you gonna trust what Kishimoto said? I love you, Kishimoto. I love you, but it's clear that you wanted to make Sakura an important character and you didn't know what to do with her, and that's valid. He literally made every single team a team of 2 boys and 1 girl. He literally created a Sanin group that represented all of the main 3 in group 7. Okay? All of the main 3. All of them had an equivalent. Not just Naruto and Sasuke. All 3 of them. He literally made it so Naruto is obsessed and in love with Sakura. He literally made it so Naruto's fucking mother is just like Sakura and even said to him, you need to find a girl just like me because that's what you need in your life. Because just like as we've seen with this fucking Boruto bullshit, you are just a copy paste of your dad. So therefore, you need a woman just like me. And again, Sakura, for most of the series, let's not forget that Kishimoto, I will say, made the right decision and had Naruto get with Hinata. Because with how he was writing Sakura, that was honestly the best choice. Okay? But Sakura was very clearly going through this character arc that we've seen in these things where we have Sasuke and he's the cool dark character who gets things that he doesn't necessarily deserve. He didn't deserve Sakura. He was never nice to her. If you go back and you watch this, he didn't give a shit about her. There was no care. She just liked him because it was shallow, and that's the point of it. You have Naruto here who will do anything for her, and this is a common arc where the girl, who is a good girl and a good woman, realizes that she's actually in love with the guy who she only saw as a friend. And realizes that he was the right choice all along. That's literally the character arc that it was supposed to go down. Hence why Sasuke is terrible. He's terrible. I'm pissed that Sakura ended up with Sasuke. And this is as someone who really loves Sasuke and really shipped them hardcore. I'm pissed as hell that they ended up together. I'm so angry. As you guys are mentioning, Sasuke tried to kill her twice. But Kishimoto literally just said, well, red string of fate, so... Like, literally, when people were like, so what was your, like, implication? Like, why did you decide to have them, like, be together? And he's like, well, I just, red string of fate? Question mark? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Kishimoto! Kishimoto, what are you saying? Kishimoto! You're letting me down! I love you so much. I love your show so much. Why are you doing this to me? I don't think Naruto and Sakura were supposed to be together. I don't know how to tell you this then. Your media literacy is low. Literally, I've seen the original Naruto like 3 or 4 times. Okay? And that's a 200 episode honker. Everything in the story is literally leading to that. From a large point of, even into Shippuden, they are leading into it. I don't know how to tell you this. If you did not see that and you missed that, I'm very sorry. I love you very much, Jailbird. you missed the plot. And that's okay. I misplot things all the damn time. You can disagree. All I'm saying is the plot points, we're giving it to you. We're literally spoon feeding it to you, which is why it was really funny to me when he ended up with Hinata, because I know exactly what happened. Kishimoto has literally come out and said, I love Hinata. She was the first Naruto character I created. So through the whole process, she had a special place in my heart because she is the first Naruto character I created. So I decided to give her a bigger role as the story went on because I loved Hinata. So he undid a lot of his actual story. Okay, here's a good example. Have you ever been reading a book and there's a big twist? There's a big twist, right? There's a really big twist coming up and there's been foreshadowing events. So people, based off the foreshadowing that's there, are able to guess the events. And then the writer sees that because of the age of the internet we're in. So the writer goes in and says, shit, people already figured out the twist. I didn't want them to figure it out early, but everyone's already figured it out. I need to go back and I need to change things. And so they changed the plot. And now suddenly all this foreshadowing, you say, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Everything was leading up to this. And they're just like, ha ha, I got you. You never saw my twist coming. But really, it's not because they were subverting expectations. It's because they changed their mind because they realized they maybe did a little bit too much foreshadowing. That's the thing, is again, if you follow basic shonen plots, which Naruto at the end of the day is a basic shonen, it follows all the same formats. And so does Sakura's arc. And I'm not salty, by the way. I wanted Sakura to end up with Rock Lee. There was no world where I was winning. Some of you are saying it sounds like I'm salty, I didn't get what I want. I wanted Naruto to end up with Hinata. I wanted Sakura to end up with Rock Lee. Okay? I wanted that because I self-inserted into Sakura hardcore and I thought that they belonged together because I think I belong with Rock Lee. I love him so much. Okay? So yes, I'm seething about that. I don't give a shit. I don't mind that she ended up with Sasuke. I wouldn't have cared if she ended up with Naruto. I would have been mad either way because she should have ended up with Rock Lee. That's hella I've talked about this. He's my Oshi. I love him. I'm not salty, but I'm seething. Yeah, but so people being like, oh, she's just mad because she didn't get her end. Because I see some of you saying that. I literally don't care. It doesn't affect me because I knew that my canon ending in my head was never going to happen because I had a fucking crack pair, okay? I'm sitting over here shipping Sakura with every single character except Sasuke and Naruto. No joke. I shipped her with Neji. I shipped her with Shikamaru. I shipped her with Kakashi. I shipped her with Itachi. This was when I was similar ages as a character, by the way, so you can't say anything. I shipped her with Gaara. I shipped her with everybody, okay? But the one I eventually settled on shipping her with was, of course, Rock Lee, because I just love him so much. He just stole my heart. You're one of those. At the time that Naruto came out in Hell, I was similar demon age range as Sakura, okay? You gotta understand that time works differently in Hell. So when you guys were getting Naruto, I had already seen it, okay? It had already been out for thousands of years, okay? Don't ask me how demon time works. I am not justifying it, but I was the valid age range to ship Sakura with anyone. I was the valid age range for that. Time didn't mean anything to me in my head. Because it didn't matter. Because I wasn't thinking about that. Now that I'm an old woman, obviously, I'd be like, what the fuck? Who in this day and age is shipping Sakura with anyone but anyone in her age range? What are you doing? But yeah, time is a pair of horns. Exactly. Rock Lee has a son. I know. And they won't reveal that I'm the mother because they're too baby to do it. They won't admit that I am Metal Lee's mom. They just don't want to. I understand. They don't want me to have my appearance in Naruto. I get it. It's difficult, right? Because, I'm owned by Hololive, my IP. So it's they'd have to come to Hololive and be like, hey, we know that Metal Lee, we got permission to use him. But, we really want to have Nerissa appear, since she's the mom of Metal Lee, but you know, it just causes like some issues in others. So, you know, it's difficult. I'm really sorry to all the Boruto fans out there who have been waiting for Metal Lee to get his mom, but this is my reveal right now. His mother, the reason she's never been shown is because she is me. It's just a perms issue, okay? But yes, me and Rock Lee, we're very happy. We've been married for many years now, so please understand that, yeah. You would make a good waifu. Thank you. That's another reason you never see me in Naruto, because I'm busy at home taking care of Rock Lee. I clean the house. I make sure he's happy. I cook and like I take care of our son. So yeah. Take your meds. Shut up! Don't tell me what to do. Anyway, don't fucking ask me about Naruto, because then I go on these. Naruto makes me really mad because it was so amazing. And they did a lot of things that I feel like Kishimoto just ended up doing. Back on point. This isn't me being salty, because again, as we have established, I actually shipped everyone with Rock Lee, including myself. He was just the best guy. No one compared. I love him so much. I love him so much. Anyway. So I'm not mad. I literally could have cared less who Sakura ended up with at the end. Okay? So for me, from that context, I don't care that she ended up with Sasuke. I don't care if she would have ended up with Naruto. I don't care who Hinata ended up with. I'm glad she ended up with Naruto, because I think that was a stronger arc than the typical shonen arc that was originally happening. And so I will make that completely apparent, that I much prefer that Hinata got it in the end rather than Sakura. Because again, it's a typical trope. The girl who doesn't notice you at first, but is like the quote unquote love of your life, is like realizes that you're the one for her and that she loves you, right? That is the trope, but it's weak. It's reused. It's boring. We don't like it. So I'm fine that it was thrown out the window. But my issue is that it was thrown out of the window really late. You know what I'm saying? It was thrown out of the window late, which is where it gets me. Okay, that's where it starts to make me a little bit upset, because I feel like because it was through Shippuden too. It was literally when he meets his mom. There's still foreshadowing up to that point that Sakura is the choice. I'm not talking about late in their lives. I'm talking about late in the series. So I'm happy that they subverted expectations and subverted tropes, you know? But at the same time, I'm annoyed because Kishimoto didn't know what he wanted to do and instead decided on something and then abandoned it. I'm fine that it didn't happen in the end. That's fine with me, because again, I prefer Naruto together with Hinata. I think it is a much better pairing, because I think Sakura would have been better with Rock Lee. Sakura shot that in the foot with the love confession before trying to go after Sasuke. See, but that's another thing. That love confession also pisses me off, because it's not well written. It's not well done at all. It still honestly is within that trope a little bit, but it doesn't work because Kishimoto was already getting to that point where he's like, this has been going on long enough. I've given up so much of my life to this damn manga. I'm just going to make my ship canon, which is Hinata and Naruto. I've liked it from the beginning. I prefer it. I'm going to actually go with that. And that's good. I like that ship better. But instead, it's just so many points where things failed. Because the reason that love confession happened was because of the fact that Kishimoto had all of this foreshadowing, so now he had to do something to undo it. Which is why we get this shitty ass fake love confession where it's Sakura trying to quote unquote let go of Sasuke. And Naruto realizing that Sakura will never actually love him, and like therefore they both kind of let go. So it can kind of in a way close off the quote unquote plot hole. You know what I'm saying? You seriously have to see Shippuden. I'll watch it eventually. Maybe we'll watch it together. Yeah, I think one of the best written characters, I saw someone just say it, it's honestly Tsunade. I feel like of all the female characters in Naruto, because she still has a personality. She's not married, and I don't think that's necessarily like a bad or good thing, mind you. She had a love interest. He died. But she's living life. She gambles, she drinks, she's a strong as hell ninja, she becomes Hokage. Tsunade is a fucking badass bitch. But I'm convinced that it ends up only being because she was not married. Like, Kishimoto would have made her not a sexy MILF woman. I think Kishimoto, if he had decided to make her married and, like, had kept her love interest alive, I fully think that Kishimoto would have just made Tsunade a housewife. But imagine if all of the female Naruto characters had a little bit of the good Tsunade writing in them, you know? And again, there's nothing wrong with being a housewife. I think I think it fits her to be a housewife. It suits her character. I don't think Tamari would be a housewife. You can't convince me Tamari would be a housewife. Look me in the eye and tell me, yeah, Tamari'd be a housewife. Yeah, she'd go home and clean my house and make me dinner. No, she wouldn't. You would be doing that. Let's be real. You would be coming home. You would be cooking. You would be doing the child rearing. She'd carry the child. She'd probably do a jutsu, so you have to carry the child. She's busy. She's got things to do. She's not going to be taking care of your house and making you dinner for you. That's like peak fan fiction. Fun fact, Hinata does still take on missions on the side. When do we see that? I watched 100 episodes of Boruto. When do we see that? When do we see it? Because that's the important part. You can say whatever. Oh, Sakura is actually an amazing medical ninja. But if you never show me that she's actually an amazing medical ninja, it just sounds annoying. When you just bring her into the story to have her do nothing, then you're like, oh, I keep hearing about how great Sakura apparently is, but like, I don't see that. I hear she trained with Tsunade and is apparently one of the smartest ninja, but like, I'm not seeing that at all. Instead, I'm seeing her make these really dumb decisions because someone needed to make a mistake. So they decided it would be Sakura in this case because Naruto can do no wrong because he's got a little demon inside of him. He's got a little nine-tailed fox demon inside of him, so Naruto can't make mistakes. Because if Naruto makes a mistake, then suddenly Naruto has some blame on him because he has magical god powers. He can't have blame on him because if he has a problem, he just uses his magical god powers, develops a new power, and saves the day. That is Naruto. He just develops god powers, saves the day, and then that's it. He can't make mistakes. He wins. That's what Naruto does. They're losing a fight. Guess who wakes up? Fucking Nine Tails, and then they're winning. And then they're like, oh, these kids are more powerful than we thought. We need to come back later. And then they have a shonen fight. And then, you know, it is what it is. Believe it. Dateba yo, bitch. Yeah, some sad flute music plays. Exactly. Some sad flute music comes in at some point. But generally, every Naruto arc goes, the team 7 goes in, either it's just Kakashi, just Naruto, or just Sakura, Kakashi, and Naruto, or it's just Sakura and Naruto, or it's just Naruto with other team members, or sometimes other team members will join the main 2 that are left, because Sasuke is off doing whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck he's doing, that is so important. He's finding himself, okay? He's finding himself. Sasuke is off finding himself. And yeah, and then Sai comes in, and he's supposed to be the Sasuke replacement. He just does not do it for me. He's not it. He's funny. He's got that going for him. I'm glad Ino is happy. Good for her. Better husband than Sakura got. That's all I'll say. At least Sai comes home. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm really pissed about it. Anyway, but they go on a mission, and this happens nearly every time. They're fighting a very strong foe whom they are convinced they cannot beat. They are convinced they cannot beat this foe. Suddenly, Naruto's god powers come out a little bit to help them in the fight that they're losing. The enemy retreats for a little bit because, again, these kids are too strong. We need to strategize. And then the Naruto's team 7, then is like, we need to strategize because they're too strong for us. We need to continue moving the plot along. And then suddenly they just have this godly plan. Okay, they have this godly plan. Yeah, Masaka, he got strong out of nowhere. Exactly. So then they go and they prepare, and then they come up with a plan. And then usually, not all times, sometimes they fight the main enemy together. And it goes I feel like one of 4 ways. I'm not going to say all 4 ways. Don't ask me to. They're either going to convert the boss to their side, or the enemy. They're going to convert the enemy to their side and make him into a good guy by the end via the power of friendship. This is going to be the way that I feel like 50% of fights go, talk no jutsu, but there is like the illusion that someone's going to die. So like if we go all the way back to the first, oh God, what were their names? They were the Haku fight. We go back to the Haku fight. It's so OP, okay? It's so OP. There's all the mirrors. They're being shot with needles. I definitely thought they were going to die. And then Talk no Jutsu happens and Haku's like, yeah, you're right. I am a good guy. And then Haku dies, but things are resolved because Haku realized that Haku is not a bad guy and Zabuza becomes not evil? ? I think Zabuza also died. It's been a while. I need to rewatch it. I love Naruto so much. I need to rewatch OG Naruto. So they use a Talk no Jutsu. Or alternatively, another thing that happens, this will happen a lot in the movies too. They'll make characters who represent all of the main cast so they can all have an individually really sexy fight with these people so they can show their smarts, okay? So they can show their smarts. So even no matter how strong the villain is, no matter how much everyone got their ass kicked earlier and got what's the word I'm looking for? And got saved by Naruto's strong god powers, they will always be able to beat the individual people in a fight. Even if these are like old ass adult ninja and they're still 12. It doesn't matter. They're going to beat them. They're going to beat the shit out of them. Okay? They're going to win. Alternatively, Nakama power. If the fight is really, really strong and they can't beat it, of course, Naruto is going to come in with his god power. But Naruto also has this thing that is very important to the plot where he had no one at the beginning. And now at the end, he has all these friends from everywhere. He's friends with everyone. Everybody loves Naruto. They're like, fuck yeah, that's my Hokage. He goes into Sage mode. His friends show up. Nakama power happens. They fucking win. Every now and again, Kishimoto's like, oh, something bad has got to happen. And I don't know, kill off a main character. Let's kill off Neji. You know, like they just kill off people. And then even though by all rights, we all know these people should come back to life because based on the god powers that literal characters have, these characters can be revived. But then Kishimoto's like, no, I just retcon that real quick. We'll bring that up again later. But for now, just pretend that doesn't exist because I need someone to die. And then I'm going to make it Sakura's fault because Sakura has the god powers that could heal him. But I'm going to just pretend she doesn't. I'm going to pretend that I do not see the god powers that I gave her to heal this character who is dying. She does not have them. He is dead. Thank you. Because he realized he made everyone too strong. No one can die. You can't kill off any characters. Because people have god healing powers. No one can die. No one can lose a fight. Because if they're losing a fight, guess what? Naruto wakes up his god powers and says, we're not losing. I have my Nakama. Ah! And then they go, ah! And then they go, ah! And then Naruto says, we won. Now we have to go find Sasuke. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we've gone on this rant. I don't remember what we were talking about before. I brought up Jujutsu Kaisen and how it is Naruto if the characters were more well written. I need to keep watching it though. I watched the first season because I thought that it was going to be like a one and done. I didn't realize it was going to be like a long shonen. So once I realized that Pink Naruto was not going to be just a one season, I was like, I'm going to wait until it all airs. When it all airs, I'll come back to it, but I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it until it's all out. You could read it. I am not doing that. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know why you guys stayed for that. I'm so grateful that you did. I hope you enjoyed. We ate hot pot. We chatted. You guys got to listen to me go on a way too long rant. I could talk about Naruto forever. You guys need to understand, okay? You can't bring up Naruto or Final Fantasy VII around me, okay? They're some of my special interests. And I'm sure you guys have special interests. When someone brings up your special interest, I bet you also have an hours-long rant about it, okay? It's just my interest. We're not going to talk about Final Fantasy VII. We're not doing that. We just had the Naruto rant. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. I need to get it together. I need to log in. You are my special. Oh, well, me. I'm so happy to hear that, Jailbird. Well, then I'm glad, because does that mean you'll listen to my Naruto rants and you'll still like me afterwards? Did I tell you guys I used to bring my Naruto headband to school? I didn't wear it. I kept it in my backpack. I didn't realize that people were bullying me. So I'd be like, oh, I mentioned it to a friend. And they're like, you have you have a headband? I want to see. And I thought they were genuine, but I think they were making fun of me behind my back. That ever happened to you? You guys ever have a special interest and then you get made fun of, but you don't realize you're getting made fun of? You know? I didn't realize I was getting bullied. I thought they liked Naruto. And now that's me having this conversation with you guys right now. I'm telling you all about Naruto and you probably don't give a shit. But I think you like Naruto. So I'm telling you all about it as if you're interested. But I know you're probably not interested in the things I have to say. So sorry. I hate Naruto. That's valid. Honestly, I can't blame you. It's my special interest. Because... No, oh my god, it's starting up again. It's my special interest because what you gotta understand is for me, I was a really, I'll get emotional if I think about it too much. I was a really lonesome kid. Obviously, I'm very close to my siblings, but like at the time, we were both kids. We were both referring to Aradia specifically. Like Malfa was kind of older, so she was off doing her own thing. Then Aradia and me were close in age, but we shared a room, so we really didn't get along for a long time when we were sharing a room. So when I went to school, because I liked anime, I know like now anime is like cooler and it's more mainstream, but at the time, anime was really fucking weird, okay? And people didn't like anime, and they didn't like you if you liked anime. I got bullied really bad for liking anime, and that's fine. I understand that that's just how the time was. But so I was an incredibly lonely child. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anyone to hang out with me after school. I didn't get invited anywhere. I didn't get invited to birthday parties. Like I didn't have any friends at school, and we didn't really have like a ton of family friends because, you know, my dad's kind of like a powerful man. Sometimes that just doesn't, you know, when your dad's like a demon king lord thing, like, you know, people don't really, you know, they don't really care about you too much, or rather they're kind of scared of you. So it's just kind of, we didn't really have a lot of family friends. We didn't really, so I just didn't have kids that like wanted to like hang out with me. I didn't have people to go out and like be a kid with. Like I eventually did get like my childhood friend, and we're still good friends now to this day. But like that came in like late elementary school. So for a long period of time, I didn't have anyone. And you know, I actually even only got my childhood friend because she also liked Naruto. So I'm really happy because I found my people, you know? But it took me a really long time, and at school no one liked me. You know, so I didn't have anyone. And I understand I'm an annoying person. You know, I talk a lot. I like to talk about the things that I like. I can go on an hours long rant about the things that I like. So I was always very deeply aware that I was unwanted, maybe is the word to use. And so it sounds really stupid. No, why am I getting emotional? It sounds really stupid to say. But so like OG Naruto for that reason is like stupidly like important to me. Because like why am I crying? To me, Naruto, I saw myself in him. Even though like he's by far he's not even like my favorite Naruto character, but when watching it, I really like I saw myself, because he's someone that like no one wanted, that like people were kind of like scared of, that like when people saw him they just kind of wished he would go away. And so for a long time I felt like that. And I'll be crying on stream. Oh no. For a long time, yeah, like I really resonated with like the imagery of Naruto being alone on the swing. So having this story where this kid who is seen as a nuisance, who nobody wants, becoming understood, and like never losing his care for people. He was treated really badly, and at the beginning of the series he did like act out a bit, but like he never stopped caring about the people around him. When people did care about him, or like he realized that like this was someone that he wanted, he never gave up on them. And like obviously in real life sometimes you've got to give up on people, like let's be honest, like sometimes people just aren't good for you, and that's valid. But there was just this important lesson for me that like the things that were important to me, there was just a lot of things in Naruto that I really appreciated. It's maybe the best way to put it. Yeah, his relationship with Sasuke is something unhealthy, but it's whatever. Because it's that's not the point of the show. You see Naruto go from this kid who has no one, and so therefore when he does find someone, he never pushes them away and he doesn't give up on them. And then Sasuke is his alter because Sasuke has everyone. Everyone is interested in him and wants to be there for him, but he realizes as well that it is shallow, and so therefore he can't accept it. He can't accept those emotions. So we have these two characters who are diametrically opposed. For me, I had to repress a lot of things. I wasn't supposed to, because the bullying was so bad. I remember in good faith, she wasn't doing it to be mean, but my mom had told me, she's like, don't talk about anime at school anymore. Like, don't talk about the things that you like. Because, you know, now it's fine. Now you can talk about anime at school, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it's becoming, like, accepted. And so it was a different time, but yeah, it was to the point where just talking about the thing that I loved and being passionate about it was not something that would get me treated nicely at all. Even I ended up moving schools, so there was like different, there was the high school was combined, but there were different like elementary schools and like middle schools. So when I went to, I was bullied really, really bad in elementary school. So when I went to high school, or not high school, middle school, we had to move schools. So I didn't know anyone suddenly, and nobody knew me. So I suddenly was able to make friends because I didn't talk about any of the things that I liked. I eventually did meet other people who like anime, so I would talk about anime with them. But generally, I just, you know. And then I was actually really embarrassed, and I was worried when I went to high school because it was combined again. And everyone from my old school, I thought maybe they just would have forgotten, but they all remembered me. And I remembered because they'd always be like, were you this girl? Were you like this really cringy girl who liked anime? Was that like you? And I was like, oh, yeah, that was me. So it was really difficult. So anyways, this is my sad flute music backstory. But so, you know, it was always like seeing Naruto, seeing again this kid who didn't have anyone and who was treated really badly just for being himself, really, knowing that he could become someone who had all these people who cared about him and loved him and who wanted the best for him and didn't mind when he was himself and didn't mind when he was eccentric and didn't mind when he was going, you know, even if it's cringy. They didn't care because they just like Naruto and as a person. And so, I don't know. I think deep down as humans, you know, we all want to be loved. We all want the people around us to see us for who we are and accept us. So for me, I know Naruto might not be like the best story in the world and it's not maybe the best written, and I still have my complaints with it, but I'm so grateful that it exists because for me, at the time especially, it was something that I think I really needed to see. Because again, it's not perfect, but it has so many things that made me just feel like maybe I don't have to hide the person I am and I can be the person I am and still find people who care about me someday. So anyway, sorry for crying. I'm such a bitch. We should watch it together. Let's watch Naruto together. Now I want to watch Naruto. You want to watch Naruto with me? I'm just kidding. I won't make you guys watch Naruto. Thank you guys for being here. I know I tell you guys a lot. And I'm sure some of you roll your eyes and go, okay, Nerissa, whatever you say, Grandma. But honestly, it's one of the reasons I really appreciate you guys because, I don't know, just knowing that you guys, like, accept me just the way that I am. I know obviously there's the rare people come and go, what the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking freak? But knowing that so many of you just genuinely, like, are like, no, I like that about you. Like, it makes me so happy. Because that's not something I'm used to hearing. I'm used to hearing quite the opposite. I'm used to hearing, you're annoying. Can you please stop talking? Can you please shut up? I really don't care about what you're talking about. Can you not say that? So, you guys always being so encouraging and supportive. It makes me so happy. So I'll keep doing my best because I know I can't do everything because I'm just one person and there's so many of you, but I hope even if it's just a little bit, I can make you guys feel the same way you make me feel. So thank you.